Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. So today I'm filming a different video from what I usually do. As you already saw from the title, I'm going to be showing you guys all the books that I've read during this summer, and the books that I am currently reading and the ones that I want to get after I'm done reading. So yeah, let's just get straight on into the video. I usually like to read romance books. Anyways, I have like a whole shelf full of books. Well, I only have I actually counted and I have 28 books, which is not a lot. But I have read a lot of good books. So if you guys want any other recommendations of romance novels, I have This Is Your Place. So I only read 7 books this summer. So the first book that I read this summer was Furia. I think that's how you say it in English. But this book is from a good friend of my mom's. She is an author and her name is Yamile Said Mendes. I have I have 3 books of hers, but this one and then there's another one that were really good. I think I got it last summer and I didn't finish it until this summer. I don't know why, but this one is very, very good. I always like to know what the type of writing inside, so this is what it looks like inside. Very easy to read. It's only about 300 pages. It's about this girl who plays soccer and she's not really allowed to, but then there's this other soccer player that is super famous and he's her age, but then he gets so famous that he leaves and then comes back, and then it's like a love story in its all. But such a good book, literally not what I expected it to be. So I really recommend this book. It was so good. It literally took me a day and a half to read. Alright, this next book has become my favorite book by far. Literally read it in one day. I read a tiny bit one day, but then I started reading it and I was like, this is so good. And it is 4 Days of You and Me by Miranda Cannelli, or I really don't know how to pronounce the last name, but this was literally such a good book. This is my top 1. This is how the inside looks. Another easy read. It wasn't that bad, and it's about 330 pages, but yeah, it's very easy to read. This one is about this girl and enemies to lovers. What's her name again? I literally forgot. Oh, her name's Lulu. They call her Lulu in the book. So it's about their 4 years of high school, and the girl is named Lulu and then the guy is Alex, and they have a field trip and they're he's so rude to her, but then after they end up falling in love, and then they go off and on between all 4 years, but every single year they have a field trip and that's when something happens between them. So good. Literally also not what I expected. I thought it was gonna be boring. That's why I read it first, but I wish I would have saved it for last, best for last, you know. This was such a good book. The next book that I got, this one was the one that slowed me down a little bit. It was the one that I showed you guys in my productive summer morning routine. I started reading it and stopped because I was bored. Literally from the first. It's a good book, okay? It's Every Other Weekend by Abigail Johnson. It's a pretty lengthy book. It is about, I think it's 500, exactly 500 pages, around there. And it's literally the title of the book is just what the whole book is about. It's about, this one is a very slow burn, but honestly, if you just want a good teenage romance type of thing, this one was pretty good, but it just took me a little while to I just wanted to get it, I just wanted to finish reading it. It's about this boy that has a loving family. Something tragedy happens in his family, and then it causes their parents to have fighting and stuff like that, so his dad moves out and he's so angry. So every other weekend, this boy, or this dude, I don't remember his name, but he goes to this apartment complex to live with his brother and his dad every other weekend. And this girl, her parents are divorced, and his dad is never home, but he has a girlfriend or whatever, and yeah, she's always they literally just go every other weekend, and they're best friends and stuff. So it's kind of cute, but honestly it's just a very lengthy book. This next book is my second favorite book, literally. If you want to grab the other one, 4 Days of You and Me, and this one, please do. If anything, grab this one first. so good. Like, I don't know what, like, literally, like, it was not boring at all. It is called All the Little Lights by Jamie Can I speak? All the Little Lights by Jamie McGuire. I could reread this book right now, and it took me like 2 days to read, like just half and half. About 400 pages, which is pretty good. Okay, so it's about this girl named Catherine Callahan. I don't really know, but she lives in this big neighborhood that has like, or not big neighborhood, but this neighborhood that has big houses, and they're just really old, and everyone there is just very like, they just never leave this neighborhood. And Elliot is the boy, and he goes to his aunt's house there every summer because his parents have like problems and stuff like that. But the one summer they actually do end up talking, they get really close, and then something happens in her family, and it's kind of the reason why it causes Elliot to leave unexpectedly. He comes back 2 years later. 2 years later, she has moved on from this terrible heartbreak when she really needed him the most. He tries to win her back, but then at the end, oh my gosh, literally the end, I was reading this at night and I was like, oh my gosh. It's kind of scary, but because it catches you off guard. But please read this book. If you will read any book, please just read this one. There was no boring part at all. Like, it was just such a good book. All right, so the next one that I read was The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. This one was pretty good. It's not that lengthy of a book. It's just the words. They're just very small, and it kind of just like, I kind of don't click with that, you know, but obviously that's not something you should be worrying about. But this book slowed me down to read all my other ones. But anyways, this one was a very good book. Slow burn at the beginning. It is a, like, I don't know who you are yet, but honestly don't really know like what kind of trope this is, but it's about this girl. Her name is Tiffany, and then the dude, his name is Leon, and he is a nurse, and he works during the night. He just has trouble paying his rent, so he puts out an ad that he's willing to have someone come over, and he's not going to be there during the night, so they have the nights and the weekends all to themselves. So then this girl Tiffy, she really needs somewhere to live because her boyfriend, literally they broke up and he kicked her out. Like, they end up living together, but not really. Like, they've never met before. All they have with each other is these little notes to remember to take out the trash or to eat the leftovers, like that leftovers are up to grab, you know. So yeah, this one was a very good book, but it just kind of slowed me down. Like, the slow burns are not it for me. The next book is a little smaller. It was kind of a weird like format like of the book, but it's called Perfect Little Flaws by Jennifer Ann Shore. This is the cover. It honestly, when I saw it, I thought it was like one of those like kid little chapter books. It was a very, very good book, very short read. It's about this girl. Her name is Marin. I wouldn't have even guessed that. Okay, so I totally forgot her name. But there was a tragedy in her family, and then her brother like set a bunch of records in their school, and he was literally like the best like football or soccer player. This other dude, his name is Vince Novak. Everyone loves him when he first comes because he's so like, you know, admiring to look at. But anyways, so this guy is she's not interested in him, but then after they start getting to know each other, and he starts like going after her and stuff like that because he really like, he's like, I guess like the part where she is not interested in him is like eye-catching to him because, you know, she's not like all the other girls. So yeah, very good book. It's like a white, like, it's like, that's what it looks like. I read this in a day, obviously very short. It's like 250 pages. And the last book I've read so far is The Wedding Date. This is also a very good one. This is what the inside looks like. It was pretty good. This one, it's about this girl named Alexa Monroe and Aunt Drew. I don't remember his last name, but his name's Drew. Alexa is visiting her sister because she's like a lawyer or somewhere like part of the government. I don't remember, but she goes to visit her in a hotel in San Francisco. That's where she lives. And she's in the elevator, and all of a sudden the power goes out, and she didn't even notice because she was so nervous about going to go meet her sister that he is in the elevator, Drew, and they start talking and everything. Once they get off the elevator, he tells her that he tells her like while they're in the elevator, but then after he like invites her, but he has this wedding to go to. It's his ex-girlfriend's and best friend's wedding, which is really stinks and just kind of embarrassing, but he doesn't have a date because his original date bailed on him and he needs one. So they decide to pretend date and to pretend like know each other and everything. But anyways, he does not want a girlfriend because of what happened with his ex-girlfriend that's getting married to his best friend. So she kind of has that in the back of her mind, but they honestly like click. They literally click and they can't stay away from each other, so they visit each other and stuff like that, and towards the end it's very cute. Very good book. I finished this in like a day and a half. Alright, so those are all the books that I've read. The last book that I am reading is The Honeymooners by Christina Lauren. I'm at page 104 and I basically started it today because the other day I just read like 15 pages or so. Very easy book to read. Like I could probably finish this today if I just sit down and read. Like if you see the inside, the lettering is like super spaced out, but I love the cover to this. It's literally such a pretty cover. It's like that matte, like finished type of book. So anyways, this is about a girl named Olive Torres, and she has a twin sister, Amy, that is getting married. And so far, like what I've gotten from it is that this one is literally kind of like the wedding day. It's a little similar to that, but it's just like going on to a honeymoon. So everyone gets food poisoning from this fish, like because this fish has like a bunch of toxins in it or something like that. Everyone except Ethan and Olive coincidentally don't get food poisoning. So her sister's literally throwing up. She's so sick, and she's like, you know what, take my trip, you know, I can't waste it, just take it. And she's like, no, I couldn't, or whatever. And then she ends up taking it and she has to go with Ethan. I guess this book is like enemies to lovers. So yeah, so excited to finish this book. Alright, and the last stuff that I wanted to tell you guys was my wish list, kind of. I have a bunch of books that I really want to get and I'm so excited. So I'm going to put the pictures of the books that I want to get up here so then you guys can have an idea. I usually get my books off Amazon, so yeah. Alright, so the first book that I really want to get is The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Mariana Zapata. This is the book, and I'm pretty sure it's an enemies to lovers book, but it's almost 700 pages long and it's a slow burn, so I'm really debating on whether to getting that or not, but I've heard pretty good things about it, so I'll let you guys know if I end up getting it. The next one that I have is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. This one seems like such a good book. I think it's about this girl who her stepdad makes her go and renovate this fish place at sea, and then she meets this guy, blah blah blah. It seemed like such a good book. Another one is Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. I don't really know how to pronounce her name, I'm so sorry. But this one is like one that like this boy's like super quiet and he only opens up to like this one girl and they're like really close. I have two series that I want to get. One of them is the After series. It's right here. There's like two movies, but they're really chunky books. Like they're literally like this big. So I'm also debating on reading that, but I don't know. The other series that I want to get is the Twilight series. That one's literally the next series that I want to get because I went to Barnes & Noble the other day just to see like how the format of the book is, and it seems so good. Like I've watched all the movies, but I just really want to read the books. So the last book that I want to get is by Colleen Hoover. It's called Verity. Actually, it seems very interesting, so I really want to get that one. So yeah. Alright, so those are all the books that I have read, the ones that I'm gonna read, currently reading, and my wish list that I want to get soon. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's kind of different from what I usually film, but I really liked filming it and like showing you guys all the books that I read because these books deserve mentioning. Like I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you on Friday. Bye!